people, and it's gone on far too long.
So hi y'all, my name is Curtis, and I am a poor, white, gay Christian from the Tenderloin. I actually live in a single room occupancy room, that's SRO, about a block from here. And I'm lucky because my room, it actually has its own private bathroom. And actually, yeah, right? That's rare. And I'm actually lucky because I even have a place to live. If you'd have come to Glide about 10 years ago, you'd have found me standing out front waiting in line to get a meal. I was sick and homeless, alone, and I was an addict. Now, I wasn't homeless because I was an addict. I was an addict because I was homeless and alone. True. I had been denied my Social Security despite being hospitalized, get this, 12 times in 2 years. And I was way too sick to work. I was here in San Francisco because I had fled the homophobia and the hate that I encountered elsewhere and the stigma of AIDS that had made me an outcast. So I slept on the street and I came to Glide to eat. I was denied SSI at first, as most people are. You see, they're motivated to deny as many applications as possible. You know, it's about the money. It's always about the money. That's why I say I'm lucky. I'm one of the lucky ones who have survived the system. I had to win a city lottery to get housing. Lucky, right? And I started being able to take my meds and go to my doctor's appointments. Something you just cannot do. It's impossible when you're homeless. So thanks to that, I was finally able to go back to work full time, and I'm grateful. I'm lucky. I'm just lucky. You see, but I still can't afford to move out of my SRO because a decent paying job is still not enough to afford housing in San Francisco. But I'm lucky. At age 55, I finally have health insurance for the very first time in my entire life. Can you imagine? First time. I'm lucky. See, that's what it takes to survive. If you're poor in America, you have to get lucky. And there are millions of more poor people all across this nation that aren't so lucky. As a community organizer here in the Tenderloin, I've watched the police come by and take all of people's belongings and force them to move on even though they got nowhere else to go. And when I was homeless, I experienced that firsthand. See, the war on the poor in this country, it seeks to blame the poor people for their circumstances. It wanted me to believe that I was the problem, that my illness was my fault, a moral failing on my part. That if I was a better person, I wouldn't be in these circumstances. And the sad part is, they almost had me believe in that. I was almost ready to give up. But I'm lucky. I'm still here despite the odds, and I no longer buy into that narrative that poverty is my fault. And I'm lucky too that I get to be here today, and I found my voice, and I can stand up and tell my truth in the hopes that someday somebody else won't have to go through what I threw. And I say yes. Yes, we have to do more, and we must. We must mobilize. We must. We must organize. We must. We must. We must register our folks to vote. We must. And we must educate ourselves and others. We must. We must. And we will. I'll see you in D.C. in June.
And it's gone on far too long, and we won't be silent.